Okay. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Employee to Entrepreneur interview. And this is a group for people that have left the corporate world or jobs and have started their journey into becoming entrepreneurs or are entrepreneurs and are growing. I'm your host, Kim Speed, and I am a brand visibility expert, and I am your biggest cheerleader for all of you entrepreneurs. And every week I like to bring a entrepreneur on and hear their story and their journey and share that with you. And today we are so lucky to have Shelley Webb. And Shelley started dabbling in social media when she left her job as a registered nurse to care for her aging father. And as an outlet, she started a blog that she called The Intentional Caregiver. And Shelley's entrepreneurial journey began with a blog that quickly gained recognition and began receiving awards. She was then asked to do speaking engagements, and a major conference on dementia in Washington, D.C. asked Shelley to be a keynote speaker. Then she found herself featured as an expert, the only nurse amidst a panel of physicians on a website called Organized Wisdom. And then she was asked to write articles, was selected as a finalist in the Shorty Awards with an invitation to fly to New York for the ceremonies, became an expert contributor for the Dr. Oz website, ShareCare, and was contacted by the production staff of Harpo Studios. Yes, you know the one that Oprah owns. And she's going to tell us all about this today. Thank you, Shelley, for joining us. Welcome, welcome.
Thanks for having me. You dug up a lot of stuff that I forgot about.
I know, it's juicy stuff. I was so excited to have you on because it was such an incredible journey. And I remember hearing about it when we worked together in the branding course. And yours was an incredible story. And I knew that people would love to hear this. So tell us how you did the transition from employment to, how that happened. What was going on in your life?
Well, I was working as a registered nurse. It's early here. It's 8 o'clock. And my father came to live with me, and I didn't know he had dementia when he came, but it became obvious really quickly. So I had to make a choice either to put him in assisted living or leave my job because I couldn't leave him home alone. And at that time I had alimony, so I could do that. So that's what I did. And then because I didn't have any creative outlets, I started the blog, and I thought, well, I'll just write about this and maybe I can help somebody else who's doing caregiving and connect some people. So I started writing a blog, and my daughter told me, well, if you have a blog, you have to go on Twitter. I'm like, okay. How do I do that? So she signed me up. I didn't even know how to do that then. And I just started connecting with people on Twitter. Back then, you could really have conversations. I remember talking to different people, like in the middle of the night, about furniture and how we need to have aging in place furniture. It was really interesting. And then I just kind of gained some popularity there on Twitter and was asked to do all those things. We had caregiving chats on Twitter. And so people started saying, well, can you do this for me? Because I want some fame also. So on a couple of clients, and that's pretty much how my business started, just doing it for people who needed some help.
Right.
I've been doing that now for over 10 years, social media management.
Wow. And that's all because you started a blog, and
all because I started a blog
and started connecting with people.
Right. And I wasn't on Facebook. I think I had signed up for it because my daughter was in college, but I wasn't on Facebook much at all. It was mostly all Twitter back then.
And then so your social media business came out of people just seeing what happened to you and wanting
Yeah,
to
they
have.
asked me if I had a public relations person, and I'm like, no. Yeah. And I don't spend any money on it, just some time.
Just a little bit of time consistently though.
Right. Oh, yes, consistency is key.
Yeah, yeah. And then having those conversations and not, not just watching.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. And so now you have a social media company that, what types of people do you help now?
We help all kinds of people. I know you're really supposed to niche down. So my niche, because of my background in nursing, is health and wellness, and then some service care providers for senior technology. But I also have some local businesses, like I have a business in town that's called the Culinary Stone. So it's one of my favorites because I love to cook, and they've got all sorts of cooking gadgets. And they also have a bakery with a French pastry chef who's well renowned. And so,
Ooh,
yeah, that's really fun.
that's nice. So you
And then
continue also to build your influence on social media as well.
I do. And a lot of social media managers neglect their own accounts. I try not to do that. And it has served me well, I think. So because of that, I was asked to be a brand ambassador for the Oprah magazine. I wasn't really asked, I applied for it, but out of over 1,000 applications, I was chosen as one of 50. So I've been doing
That is pretty
it for 5
cool.
years.
That
Yeah,
is
it's
pretty
been
cool.
fun.
Yeah.
So,
That's big PR, like, with Dr. Oz, it's a website, with Harpo Studios. How did that change things for you?
it didn't really change things. I can't say it really changed. It grew my audience more. But I mean, I was always surprised to be asked to do these things. Like, where did you find me? Because you never know who is watching on social media. People say, well, I'm not going to follow this person because I don't know who they are. I would say never make that assumption that they aren't somebody, because they're usually staff people for other corporations and they're watching. And
Oh,
those are good opportunities sometimes.
yes. Yeah, you don't think about it, but a lot of the people that would be working for somebody that has a large company, they have people that are on social media too watching, so they could be, and you don't know.
No, because they don't usually always list who they are if they're for a big corporation, especially because they don't want people asking them all, these things.
Right.
I know that people who work for Oprah, and just because I am a brand ambassador, I get asked the same things. Could you send in my book to Oprah, or could you send in this product to Oprah? And so if they had their names out there like that, they'd be bombarded.
Oh, wow. So, so you went on to, so you've been doing social media for how long now for people?
About 10 years.
Wow. So that really means like you were in the beginning stages of this whole social media, um, uh, you know, the,
When it began.
yeah, like there, when you say you were on Twitter, are you still on Twitter? Do you use Twitter?
I'm still on Twitter. I don't use it as much as I use Instagram, which is my favorite.
Okay.
Do use Twitter. Twitter is it's a good search engine for finding people. It's a good listening tool to find out what's going on. If somebody said there's an earthquake, I'm going straight to Twitter because they have the very up-to-date information on an earthquake or a fire or some accident.
Yeah.
Go to Twitter for up-to-date news. And it's like a second conversation. So if you're watching the big game on TV, you're tweeting about it. And other people are too. And you're like arguing who made the best play and why they shouldn't have done that, why they should have called one play instead of the other. So
Yeah.
it's a nice secondhand tool as well.
Right. But you say that you use Instagram the most now. It's your favorite?
It's my favorite, yeah, because I
Yeah.
have images and I
Yeah.
can use a little bit of photography. I was looking back at my Instagram when I started. I think it took a good 2 years before you saw a picture of me on my Instagram. A bunch of stuff.
Right, right. Um,
So,
it's interesting because you started as a blogger, so you were somebody that liked to write, um, but
yeah,
now you're on Instagram with pictures. How did that change?
well, I still do the blog. I changed the name of the blog to Intentional Living, and that still aligns with what I'm doing. Um, I was a caregiver just up until like this year, long distance, but my mother was living with me, and then 2 years ago she moved back to Canada, and she just passed away in March.
I'm sorry.
So yeah,
Yeah.
she was 96. So,
Wow. Wow.
so she lived a good long life. Uh,
Yeah.
but yeah, I still have the blog, and I write a lot about life in general. Especially, I'm really concerned about seniors and aging and isolation. I think that as we go forward, there's going to be a lot more people in isolation, and we need to be really intentional about not letting that happen. We have to maintain friendships, um, and social media is a good way to do that. We need some real in life friendships as well, but social
Yeah.
media, I've met so many midlife people on Instagram. It's really funny. And they say Instagram is for the younger, but there's a lot of us midlife people there too.
Yes, I agree. I agree. And it's you pick a social media platform that you just, you resonate with. And you know, Instagram is pretty easy. And it's kind of nice because you can write the little mini blog with it too. And it has the video option as well, right?
You can do a lot with Instagram, yeah. And now they have reels. And I always tell people I'm not funny, so don't expect me to be on any reels. I'm not creative. That's why I'm not on TikTok. Um, so
Well,
as a social media manager, I have to keep learning about all the platforms and what they do, but I am not that funny or creative. So
but
yeah,
maybe your clients are.
yeah, they're probably much better than me. There are some really great people on TikTok and Instagram Reels now. I,
Yeah.
I'm a little worried about TikTok, so I actually deleted my account. So I'm happy that Instagram has Reels, so now we can. It's a blatant copy
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
TikTok. So, and that's generally what happens when you have Facebook involved.
That's right. Yeah, exactly. They take over the world. So let's talk about the other part of your busy life, and that's the summit that you do. Shelley also has a social media um, summit, uh, social media Coeur d'Alene, right? Did I say it right?
Social media summit, Coeur d'Alene.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
was so worried about saying the name right.
Coeur d'Alene. So it was a 3-day conference, and it morphed into 4 days now. And we usually do it live here in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, but obviously we can't do that this year.
Right.
So we took it online, and we have over 30 speakers in all different types of social media and some business. So we have some things on mindset and how to overcome entrepreneurial overwhelm. And of course, you're speaking on branding, which is really important.
Yeah.
It begins there. And we're talking about Carrie Wilkerson is talking about your why has to be bigger than your why bother. So she's
Yeah. Oh, that's great.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's a lot of speakers. And this is something that you've run before live a couple, like how many years?
This is our third year.
This
So
is your third year, yeah.
2 years in person and now online.
Right, right. So how's it been to transition to the whole online world?
I feel like it's actually more time consuming and difficult than the in-person conference. You would
Really?
not think that. Maybe because we had more time, because this one we had to pivot quickly and
Right.
jump online and get everything ready. But um, it's just, I also had to learn a brand new platform to host this summit on. So that's been a little busy doing that
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
But it's good. And one great thing about this is the recordings will be available for over an entire year at least.
That is awesome. So,
Yeah, so if people are missing, because it's a long day, a long 4 days. The fourth day is only a half day, but it's a lot of hours sitting in front of a computer. And I think people have Zoom fatigue right now. So
yeah,
they can go back and watch later what they missed or couldn't get to.
right. Well, that's awesome. And you've got some great people that you've brought on. Like you said, all the different topics. It's not just social media now. It's entrepreneurials, growth,
And
and
some marketing.
yeah, yeah. So this is something that this group would get a great benefit from. And I really enjoyed doing being part of the speakers. I loved how you did it, and I'm excited to be live on the 21st of September. So it starts on the 21st of September and goes the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
Thursday, half day Thursday, yeah.
Wow. And so what do people get when they go to this summit? Would they sign up and want to be there live? And how does it work for people?
So people can purchase tickets. Tickets are $200 right now, but I can give your group a discount code, 50% off if you want.
Oh, yes, we love discounts.
So making it $100, which is it's an amazing lineup of speakers, and that's a really super great price. Most of these conferences run, well, the in-person conferences run between $1,100 and $1,400. So
Yeah,
we have a lot of those same speakers. So it's
that's
really great.
amazing. That's amazing.
And so our recordings are done, and we show those, and then our speakers are live there to answer questions. So you can also ask questions.
So there is going to be an interactive part of it's not just like Netflix. It's actually got some engagement.
Right, yes.
Yeah.
Next question.
And it looks like there's prizes and
There are prizes, yes.
yeah,
We
yeah.
have some books being given out. We have a whole year membership to Agora Pulse, which is an excellent social media scheduling tool.
That's great. Yeah.
And we have some programs. People are doing different coaching programs, so you can win one of those, or you can win discounts to coaching programs. We're covering Pinterest, Instagram, Facebook advertising, how to reuse your content, because that's always a challenge, coming up with content, and just how to create thumb-stopping content. Kim Garst is going to talk about that, because you want people to look at your content.
I love that thumb-stopping content.
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah, because really, there's so much available to us, and yeah, how do you stand out?
Right.
Yeah.
And Byron Ingram's going to talk about doing business in the COVID era, because things have changed.
Yeah.
Businesses have had to pivot quickly, and if you didn't pivot, you're probably in big trouble at this point.
Yeah, yeah.
And there's been some really good creative ways business has gone about pivoting. I mean, we're lucky we do our business online. Yeah, that was a pivot. definitely.
Definitely a pivot. Well, and I think everybody was sort of waiting for a while to see if it might change. And yeah, it's
We
not,
were hoping.
yeah. And we all were, and we still all are hoping that this goes away. But thank you for actually putting that online. I think this is going to be great. Thank you for offering the discount to this group. That's going to be amazing. I'll put the code into the Facebook group with your video so that people can connect. And I would also love to be able to connect them with you. What is the best way for them to reach out to you?
Probably my Instagram is the best way. So it's just at Shelley Webb, SHELLEYWEBB. We also have an inner circle. So if people are overwhelmed by the conference or they want to keep learning after it, we have a $27 a month inner circle that we talk about social media and business. We meet twice a month. One is a masterclass, and then one is an open Q&A. And then we also send out a newsletter in the mail.
In the mail.
In the mail, yeah.
Wow. That's kind of novel, isn't it? I like it.
I stole the idea from a friend of mine.
Yeah.
A coach of mine.
Well, I think if people really want to learn about social media, you're a great person to learn it from. You've done so much for yourself and you've done a lot for your clients. I love the conference, and I love that it's not even just social media, it's for every part of your business. So everybody should check it out, the Social Media Summit Coeur d'Alene.
Yes, and that website is S as in Sam, M as in Michael, W, C as in cat, D as in dog, A.com. So smwcda.com.
Okay, and I will include that as well with the code that you give me. You can send that to me or put that in the chat here, and I'll include that for everybody to sign up.
Thank
That
you.
would be
Yes.
that would be lovely. Yes, so thank you, Shelley, for joining us today. Thank you for sharing your story. You know, it's very inspirational to see like somebody that's actually you weren't even really planning on creating a business. You were a nurse, you had, you know, a job, and then you took on another job to take care of an aging parent. And that somebody with dementia, that's a lot of work. And you still managed to create this business. Incredible.
Still going.
Yeah.
Good work.
Well,
Persistence and consistency.
yeah. And that is the key, right? It's a marathon, not a sprint, right?
Right, exactly.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for joining us. And we will see you on the 21st. And I will share all your information in the Facebook group so people can check out the summit, and also find you on Instagram and follow you and get and check out your inner circle as well, and see if they can get some help on their social media.
Yeah. Thank you so much for having me.
All right.
And thanks for being a part of our conference.
Oh, I'm so thrilled to be part of it. Thank you for having me. So have a great weekend, Shelley. I know you're going to have a busy one. I know it's been busy with all your recordings, and good luck with that. I'll see you on the 21st.
Yeah, thank you so much.